At just 12, these two girls nearly took another classmate's life.
Prosecutors say she lured a classmate into the woods, nearly stabbing her to death to please a fictional character called Slender Man.
They stabbed her 19 times.
Back in 2014, the entire country was shaken by one of the most senseless and haunting crimes that it had ever seen. Three 12-year-old girls, friends, walked into the woods together, and only two of them walked out. The third, Payton, she had been lured there under the guise of a sleepover, and then she was stabbed 19 times while her friends urged each other on, shouting disturbing phrases like, "Go ballistic." Miraculously, Payton survived, but the horror wasn't only in what happened, but it was why it happened. Because when investigators asked the two girls responsible what drove them to do this, their explanation was so bizarre, so chilling, and so impossible to comprehend that it left the nation stunned. They claimed that they needed to kill to appease Slender Man, a fictional internet character. Now, in the years that followed, there were court hearings, psychiatric evaluations, emotional statements, and a very highly publicized sentencing. And despite a 40-year confinement order, one of the attackers, Morgan Geyser, the girl who stabbed Payton 19 times, was released earlier this year to a supervised group home. It was a decision that completely divided the community and outraged so many who believed that she remained dangerous. And then, just this past weekend, on November 22nd, 2025, something unspeakable happened again. Morgan cut off her ankle monitor, walked away from the group home that she lived in, and vanished. Days later, she was captured, several states away, but what has come out in the aftermath is raising even more red flags. Who she was traveling with, how she managed to flee, what she had been doing behind closed doors while in the facility, such as disturbing drawings, writings, and conversations, including with a murder memorabilia collector. Things that all paint a picture far darker than anyone realized. A picture that suggests that Morgan Geyser may have never been ready for release, and that this case may go much deeper and be much more alarming than we ever even knew. I'm Annie Elise. This is 10 to Life. Let's jump right in. On May 31st, 2014, a guy named Greg was riding his bike down the bike path at David's Park in Wisconsin when he came across a horrifying sight. A 12-year-old who appeared to have multiple stab wounds. When he stumbled across this scene, this young girl was laying near the bike path and clearly, visibly injured, and just a horrible scene to witness. So Greg immediately calls 911. And what is so crazy about this case is Greg randomly took this path. He usually went on an entirely different path on his bike, but because he randomly chose to go this direction this day and then literally just jumped into action and acted so fast is what ultimately saved this 12-year-old's life. Because of him, she got the medical care that she needed and she survived. But who was this 12-year-old girl, and how did a 12-year-old end up on a bike path with multiple stab wounds all over her body? Take a listen to this 911 call.
911. Your emergency. Waukesha County, Lynn, transfer over a caller on Big Bend. That's a dead end just south of Rivera. Okay. Came upon a 12-year-old female. She appears to be stabbed. She appears to be what? Stabbed. Stabbed? Correct. Okay. Sir, you still there?
Yes.
Hi, sir. So are you with this 12-year-old female?
Yes, she says she's having trouble breathing. She said she was stabbed multiple times.
Stabbed multiple times?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Are you with her right now?
Yes.
Is she awake?
She's awake.
Is she breathing?
Yeah, she's breathing. She said she can take shallow breaths. She's alert.
Okay, stay with her. We're sending the police department. Don't hang up, okay?
Very upsetting to listen to. Payton Lutner is a 12-year-old girl who is described as just fun, hopeful, animal loving, just a joy to really be around.